Welcome to Good Mourning, Mom. I'm honored to say that today's guest is my friend, Morgan Shadbolt. Morgan and I share a heavy connection as we both lost our infant children. When I met Morgan, her grief still held a firm grip on her life. She had been in a place that made friends and family all but give up hope, but Morgan is one of the most tenacious people I know. It was a beautiful thing to be able to witness her life change as she shifted from lost to found. If you have ever felt that hope was lost, I encourage you to listen to the end. Morgan's story is one of true redemption. Today's episode contains conversations surrounding childhood trauma, addiction, homelessness, and the loss of a child. If these topics could be triggering, please use caution and take care of yourself as you listen. Welcome, Morgan.
Hi.
Hi. I'm glad you're here finally. Can you tell me a bit about your early childhood in Shelbyville?
Well, I lived in Shelbyville all the way up until I was like 5. Then we moved to Mount Washington. My mom and my dad split up.
What were you like as a little girl?
Mischievous.
Very
mischievous.
I can see that still.
Very. I was one of those kids that could put a question into a question, like.
What memories stand out when you think about your family before things became difficult?
It was always difficult.
Mm.
But my mom's side of the family was always really very supportive and very caring. Like, nothing was ever difficult on my mom's side of the family.
Mm. What about your dad's side?
It was always difficult.
Mm.
Still is difficult.
Yeah.
To this day.
What are some of your earliest memories? Like, do you have any little snippets of your life at that time?
I remember my mom and dad always fighting.
Mm.
Like, it was always a fight. Dad needed to get a job, couldn't hold a job. My mom was always at work.
Mm. Yeah. And when you look back now, do you think that there were, I mean, it's kind of a silly question, honestly, but when you look back, do you see that there were wounds forming early that people around you maybe couldn't fully see?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What?
I acted out. Like, I was, like, not the best behaved kid, but, like, it was, like, I was almost, like, begging for somebody to figure out what was going on without me saying what was going on.
So even back then, it was, like, coping mechanisms, behaviors that were seeking attention.
Yes.
Yeah. At what point did your childhood begin to feel unsafe for you?
When it began to felt how do I word that? It never really not felt safe because it was my normal. Mm. But as I got older and like realized that some of the things that were happening to me weren't happening to other kids, that's when it started to feel unsafe.
And what did that feel like to carry that alone?
Heavy. It's like, almost feel like alienated because none of my other friends, like nobody at school's having this happen to them.
Yeah.
So.
Did it make you feel like something was wrong with you or?
Not really like something was wrong with me, but more than less, like, I was way different.
Yeah. What finally led to you telling your mom?
Well, I was 12, so, as I got older, you learn the birds and the bees, and I was scared that, I was going to fall pregnant.
Yeah.
So I told my little sister actually when she was 8, and she really didn't have any clue what was going on.
Yeah.
And my little sister knew that something wasn't right. So she, in return, told my mom and my dad.
Oh, wow. And this was happening to you from your father's side of the family?
Mm-hmm. Yep, by my grandfather and my uncle.
How did your parents respond when they learned what happened?
Well, my stepdad, my biological dad was in prison when he found out. And he didn't really react like a normal father would, but my stepdad did, you know?
Yeah.
My stepdad was...
What did that look like? What did it feel like?
I was so used to being let down by my real dad, so I just, like, almost wasn't surprised.
And what did it feel like for your stepdad to be there, and, like, did it feel like you were being protected or supported?
Mom went straight to the police department, like, as soon as she found out.
Yeah.
Like, she did what a normal parent would do.
Yeah. That's good that you had her and your stepdad in your corner.
But my dad's side of the family, they always just wanted to brush it under the rug, like, hush, hush, let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna ruin the family name.
Wow.
So.
The family name. Did they not realize that was already a problem?
I don't, because it's something that's still, like, even today is, like, it's hush-hush, like, we don't talk about it. So.
Are you, so you're still in contact with that side of the family?
Well, I talk to my grandma sometimes, but that's about it, really. My grandfather just passed away last year in December, and it was, I don't wish death on anybody, but I felt like him dying, like, some of my trauma died with him. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. I wonder if, like, even though you hadn't been in that environment for a long time, but he's just the trauma of what happened to you, it felt like he was still holding some power over you. Yeah. Yeah.
My dad had the audacity of just asking if I was coming to his funeral. No, I won't be there.
No. Do you think that trauma shaped the way you viewed yourself growing up?
Yes.
In what ways?
I was a very, like, promiscuous teenager. So, and my mind frame was always, it was taken from me so I could just give it away, like, that was my mind frame. Always.
Like it wasn't a valuable thing because somebody just took it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was actually my mind frame for a really long time.
Yeah.
A really long time. Not just as a teenager, but, like, most of my adult life, too.
Yeah. How do you see it now?
Now it's... I don't just be going and giving it away. You know? Like, it's special now, like...
Yeah. I know you're with a partner that's really good for you, and...
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah. Did he help to restore the sense that it was something valuable?
Yeah. Definitely.
That's awesome.
He's always been extremely respectful, like, and has tried to understand my trauma and what's okay and what's not okay, and he's always really respectful. He's a great guy. Yeah. We've been together for almost 4 years this time.
Wow, really? 4 years?
Three. We've been together 3 years, so we're working on 4.
Okay, nice. So, so you told your parents what was going on around age 12, and then at age 13, you experienced multiple devastating losses.
No, that was when I was 11.
Oh, you're 11. Okay.
Yeah, I was 11.
So at age 11, you experienced multiple devastating losses. Can you tell us about that season?
Even at, like, 11, when, like, you still can't fully understand, like, I mean, you understand death and stuff, but, even, like, at 32 years old, that is probably, like, one of my biggest traumatic experiences in life, like losing all those people at one time.
Who were they, and
my
what
grandma?
happened?
My grandma died in February, and then in April, 3 of our cousins were murdered, and then in June, my brother hung himself.
Oh my gosh!
So it was like, bam, bam, bam.
Wow. I can't even understand like how you would wrap your mind around that at any age.
No, it was rough.
Yeah. How did losing so many people so close together affect you emotionally?
It almost made me like numb. To like, it made me numb. Like I was numb.
Yeah.
So
so you weren't able to grieve it back then?
Not really. I mean, I did grieve, but like, losing my brother was hard, but like by the time he had died, it was like, I've already lost so many people, I was just kind of numb.
Almost like you just sort of expected that that's how life goes.
Yeah.
Wow. And really, I mean, that was all lost due to death, but I would imagine that it all ties into like the way that you were treated by your dad and his family growing up. Like that's, even though they didn't die, that's like still a loss of your identity and your connection with human beings in general, and like that's so heavy for anybody to carry. Yeah.
And like today at 32 years old, it still isn't. I still have a hard time trusting people.
I can understand that.
A really hard time.
Yeah. Can you look back and identify coping mechanisms that were beginning to form?
Yeah, I mean, I started drinking and smoking weed when I was like 13, so smoking weed was my escape for a long time, until it wasn't enough.
How did you find access to that?
School.
Yeah.
That's public school. It wasn't hard.
Was it something that was like taking over your life, or just something that...
It was just like... Then, no, it didn't take over my life. It was just like a way to escape my brain. To not be Morgan for a little while.
You didn't want to be you. When did harder substances start to enter the picture?
I was 18 the first time I did meth.
Were you trying to just stay numb, or trying to silence your mind, or...
Honestly, it was more than less like a, hey, try this type of situation. And I continued to try it and continued to try it until I was hooked.
Do you think it was a self-destructive thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And so the addiction wasn't like immediate, but was it gradual? And
yeah, I was like what they consider like a weekend warrior for a long time. Probably until I was doing it, but not all the time, when I found out I was pregnant with my first son.
Oh, wow.
But it was probably after I had my second son that I learned, hey, I really have a problem. Because it's something I couldn't put down. Like, no matter what.
Yeah. But during pregnancy, what was that like?
The 2 times I was pregnant when I was on it, I did stop. Like, I didn't continue to use.
So your children have always been a really highly motivating factor for that.
Yeah, in a sense, but not really, because I couldn't. Like, even after I had them, like, they weren't enough for me to stop.
Yeah. I think that's understandable. I mean, considering where you were coming from, and...
I had enough sense to know that, like, I was pregnant and I didn't want to nurse them because I didn't want them to be taken away from me.
Oh, yeah.
So, in that sense, like... But, no, I mean... at no point were they ever enough for me to stop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's hard to say, but it's the truth.
Yeah. I think we all find with our children that, like, we have this ideal version of what we're going to be like when we have kids, and we're going to be the perfect mom and put down all the things that are our current hang-ups or whatever, all the things we struggle with. And then these little wonderful creatures come into the world and they rock everything, and they pull out, like, beautiful things and also, like, things that we did not know were so ugly inside of us. Like, no clue that was in there.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'm currently learning patience.
Same. Always.
It's like Kyler turned 2 and it's... Like, oh gosh. He cries all the time.
Oh no.
And he was never like that before, but he turned 2 and now that's all he does.
Wow.
He's a brat.
What was it like for you becoming a mother while battling addiction?
You know, I thought for a long time that, like, nobody noticed. So, like, I thought I was getting away with it. Like,
yeah.
I thought as long as my kids are fed and they're clothed and they're clean, like, it's okay. Like,
yeah.
I told myself a lot that this is okay because my kids are taken care of. But at the end of the day, like, no, they weren't. Like, because, you know, I would have people over, or I would put them in, like, risky situations to, you know, get what I needed. And there's so much more to kids than just making sure they're fed, clothed, and clean. Like,
yeah. And they see everything.
Yeah.
And they know everything, like, way before you think they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did motherhood awaken hope in you, or did it just intensify the shame you were already carrying?
In a sense, like, becoming a mom, like, gave me hope that, like, that I would do better and I was gonna do better. But, like, not doing better is kind of was more shameful. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like we were talking about, like, the realities of what really happens when you become a mom and versus what you thought you'd be. It's very
I was not the mom that I wanted to be at all.
Hi friends, I want to pause here for just a moment and share something with you before we continue. This isn't part of the conversation we recorded, but it is something that's important for what we're building here on Good Mourning Mom. I'm sending every guest a small comfort kit, a tangible reminder that they are seen, supported, and not alone in their grief. And I've opened up a way for listeners to be part of that. If this conversation is touching you, or if you simply want to help make something like that possible, you can do that through the podcast. You'll find the link in the show notes if you'd like to sponsor a kit or contribute in any way. And now, we're going to get right back into the conversation.
So, between addiction and being a mother, did you feel like you were living in two separate realities?
Yes and no. I say no because, like, being a mother that's addicted, like, unfortunately, like, that was, like, constantly my reality. But, like, you know, like, when I was, you know, around family and people that didn't know, it was, like, I had to put on a face and be somebody, pretend to be somebody that I definitely was not being. Like,
do you think they knew?
Towards the end, yes. But in the beginning, no. Like, towards the end, I think there were signs. And I think that my family maybe chose to ignore them because they didn't want to believe it.
Sure.
But, yeah, towards the end, I definitely think they knew. But in the beginning, no, firmly believe I did a really good job at hiding it.
Mm. What was your marriage like at the time?
Lucky. I mean, my marriage consisted of getting high, fighting over who was going to take care of the kids.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's quite a difficult foundation to stand on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, before, we started getting high, our marriage was good. We didn't... I mean, we had some bad days, but when we started getting high, the bad days outweighed the good, always.
Yeah. That makes sense. So, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your son?
Waylon,
Mm-hmm.
he was happy.
Yeah.
He was the happiest baby. Always had a smile on his face.
And he was your second baby.
Yes, he was my second baby. He was 13 months younger than my oldest. 13 months younger than Kaysen.
Mm.
So, Kaysen was born in April of 2018, and then Waylon was born in June of 2019.
Mm.
So.
What do you want people to know about him as a person and not just about his death?
He was always happy.
Yeah.
He was always happy. There was no way you could ever be down around Waylon. He was just the smiliest boy, and he loved music.
Aww.
He loved music.
Do you have any specific memories that are your favorite?
Yeah. His older brother, Kaysen, they were so close. And Kaysen would sit and hold the phone for him. And mind you, Kaysen was only 18 months old.
Yeah.
But Kaysen would hold the phone for him and let him watch his phone or watch our phone. And you could just look at him and say, "Away, away, baby," over and over again. And he would just cackle. I mean, cackle. He was the sweetest boy.
Mm. Can you tell us what happened?
So he died of a subdural and a subarachnoid brain hemorrhage.
Wow. Can you tell us anything about what that is?
It's a brain bleed. It's hereditary, is what they say.
Oh, wow.
But
so it's not something that's environmental.
I don't know. So my mom just had one last year, the same thing.
Oh, wow.
And hers was, she coughed really hard.
Oh, my gosh.
So
wow.
it busted
oh, wow.
a blood vessel in her brain. And they say that's the
so
same
scary.
thing that happened to Waylon. So.
Wow. What was that like for you? Was that terrifying? With your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I was doing it all over again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we didn't have answers from Waylon. We thought, we really didn't know what happened. I knew that because I wasn't home when he died.
Mm.
I was out. And my ex-husband, he called and he's like, "Get home fast, Waylon's dead."
Oh my gosh.
And
he said it just like that?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awful.
And so I met him at the hospital. And, we didn't know what had happened. I know that when I left, he was fine. He was Waylon. He was happy. He was perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. But it was like a year and 4 months later that we got answers.
Oh my gosh.
Because his COVID happened, so it put a halt to his autopsy. And then the person that was doing his autopsy ended up dying.
Oh my gosh.
So it was like a year and 4 months later that we finally figured out.
Mm.
But, when Waylon died, that's when they took Kaysen from us because we had drugs in our system.
Mm-hmm.
And the Henry County Sheriff's Department so badly wanted to get us for murder because he was confident that there would be drugs in my baby's system.
Yeah.
And there wasn't. There was nothing in his system. I know, and Chance knew that we didn't do anything to hurt him.
Yeah. So was that being held over your head until the autopsy?
Yeah.
Wow.
We were still charged.
Yeah.
Like, we were charged with drug paraphernalia, possession of meth, endangering the welfare of a minor, and wanton endangerment.
Yeah.
Like, we were charged with all of that.
Yeah. So, what was that day like for you? What were you feeling?
I was exhausted. Like, I remember going to the hospital and seeing Waylon, like, hooked up to all the machines and, you know, and I remember asking him, like, can I see him? Can I see him? And they were like, you don't want to see him like this. And I was like, you mean, yeah, I'm never going to see my baby again. Like, I don't want to see him.
Yeah.
And I just remember putting my head on, like, laying my head on his chest and just apologizing over and over and over again. And then, you know, I knew that I had drugs in my system, and I knew that CPS was going to be up there. And I remember, like, trying to rush. Like, it was like, Mom, come on, we got to go. And my mom was like, no, we have to wait for the police to get here. And I'm like, trying to avoid that because, but I mean, it was inevitable. It was going to catch up to me either way. But I thought, in my mind at the time, I thought, if I can get away from this hospital fast enough, they're not going to catch that I have stuff in my system. So.
Wow. So even that, like, looking back, does that feel like, I don't know, is there any blame or shame about just trying to rush through the process?
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. But you're also still, like, carrying the fact that if they come, you know that they're going to take care of their child on the same day.
And they did.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my mom was there and she took him.
Yeah. So after Waylon passed, how long were you in jail?
I didn't go to jail, like, immediately. Like, we didn't go to jail until his autopsy report came back. So
okay.
It was like a year and 4 months later, like, nobody was charged in the beginning.
I see. Okay.
So, like, they came back and indicted us. So, but I was in jail. When I did get arrested, I finally got caught. I was in jail for, like, almost 2 months.
Okay, so backing up, so you weren't in jail initially, so did that event just deepen your addiction, or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so my ex-husband, it, like, scared him straight. Like, we went 2 separate ways because it scared him straight, and he wanted to, you know, do better and get better.
Yeah.
And me, like, I felt like my world was over and I had lost everything. So it's pushed me further into my addiction. Like,
where was your husband?
When?
Like after, so you didn't go to jail initially, so what happened between the two of you?
We stayed together for like a month after Waylon died. And then it just got to the point, like, I was doing way too much.
Yeah.
And I wasn't being faithful. So
you were diving deeper into addiction and still didn't hold any value for your intimacy, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And what did grief look like for you back then? Did you experience it at all, or were you just numbing everything?
I was numbing everything. Like, and, you know, after Waylon died, I got to a point, like, everybody knew I was getting high, so I just was getting way higher than I ever had been. Yeah. And meth's always been my drug of choice, but at that point I was doing whatever. Like, it didn't matter what it was.
Do you think, was it just numbing, or were you trying to self-destruct also?
Both.
Yeah, I would imagine in that moment it's hard to know why you would want to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt that way for a long time, though. Like, it really wasn't until, it was probably like 3 years after Waylon died that I found a little bit of will to live. But I just stayed stuck in a cycle that, like, I didn't care whether I lived or I died, and I would put myself in risky situations and dangerous situations, and, you know, my number one excuse was, well, I have nothing to live for.
Yeah.
Even though I had another son that my mom was raising.
Do you think that maybe part of that was, like, you couldn't live for him because you didn't think that you could be what he needed?
Yeah, I disappeared. Like, I disappeared for a long time.
Yeah. So what was your turning point?
To get sober?
Yeah, to come out of where you were at.
Well, I got arrested. And, the courts was like, you have two options. You can continue to get high and go to prison, or you can go to rehab and try to get sober. And at that point, I was like, I'll do whatever to get out of jail. So that's when I went to Awake.
Yeah. And before that, hold on, backing up. While you were still in addiction, you were homeless, and how were you surviving?
Selling my body.
Hey listener, you're going to notice a little change in audio here just because our recording was interrupted and Morgan and I did a portion over the phone later on. Just wanted to let you know nothing's wrong with your earbuds or your phone or whatever listening device you're on. Just keep listening and you'll still be able to hear the full story. Thanks. Tell us about the point where things began to shift for you.
When I got arrested October 13th of 2022, and I was in jail for a couple of weeks, and I met a girl in there named Sarah, and she was like, contact your attorney and ask your attorney if you can be sent to Awake.
Okay.
Because I was going to get sent to rehab anyways.
And how did she know? How did she know about Awake?
Because she had just gotten kicked out of Awake.
But she thought that was a good place for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And once she got out, she was going to be returning to Awake.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so my attorney contacted the prosecuting attorney, and they decided that I could go to Awake. And I got to Awake it was actually Halloween.
Oh, okay.
October 31st.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So,
what was your mindset when you were walking in? Were you actually looking for recovery or just to get out of jail?
Just to get out of jail.
Okay. Did you think that freedom was even possible for you, or did you have any desire for it?
At the time, no. I mean, honestly, I was just looking for a way out of jail, so...
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was willing to do anything. But once I had been there for a couple of months before the light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, okay, maybe this is something I can do.
What made you feel like, what made that change happen for you?
We were, it was like a Thursday, and it was like one of the at night things that we would do.
Mm-hmm.
And Chase was his name. He
Yeah.
came and he was talking to all of us, and he was like giving us messages from like God. He was like, God wants me to tell you, And he said some things like on a real deep personal level, like just something that wouldn't be possible for him to know.
Wow.
And that's when my like aha moment went off, and I was like, okay, God is real. And maybe, just maybe, I deserve a second chance and change is possible.
That's awesome. And I think in your intake form, you actually mentioned something about Romans 7 impacting you. What happened when you read that? Well, first of all, can you remind us what that verse says?
Hold on, not going word for word.
That's okay.
It is. Hold on, give me a second. I have no idea. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, that's fine.
I know the gist of it, but I can't recite it word.
So that's like the things that you do. The things you don't want to do, and the things you want to do, you don't do.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I was like, it just all of a sudden, like, the words in the Bible kind of made sense when I read that verse.
Yeah.
That was the first verse I ever, like, the whole time I was there. Like, I had been hearing Bible verses the whole time I was there, and it was like, I heard that one, and I was like, God does understand.
So how did that feel for you to finally feel like you were spiritually understood?
It was, honestly, I don't, it feels so long ago. It's not even that long, but it feels so long ago. It kind of made me realize that, like, you know, there are people in the Bible that maybe not drugs, you know, but like they went through the same mindset that I did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe that's something that we don't always realize if we're not regularly reading the Bible or haven't really been exposed that much to like the characters in the Bible and their actual lives, is we actually have a lot that we still can relate to.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty messed up.
I grew up in church, like not like we went like every Sunday, you know, like, but I would go to Wednesday night children's church with my papa, you know, growing up, and I had heard the Bible all of my life. You know, my mother was a Catholic growing up. So, you know, my mom's always, you know, been like somebody that's like, pray about it. You know, I'm like, yeah, Mom, saying my prayers. But like, I don't think I had ever in my life like truly like prayed and like cried out to God until I got to a wake. And even then it had been it'd been months before I actually was like, okay, maybe this praying stuff works.
Yeah. So while you were in Awake is when you started reconnecting with your family. What was that like?
It was great. Actually, I had been estranged from my family so long, like, I went no contact with my family for years. I didn't see my mom or my son for like 3 years.
Wow.
And when I got to Awake, my mom would come to celebrate recovery.
I remember that.
And, I mean, for months you could just tell she did not want to be there, but she was doing what she felt as a mother she was supposed to do, and that was be there for me while I was trying to get better. But, I mean, it was a really long time before my mom, like, actually wanted to be around me.
Yeah.
Because I had done this so many times. Like, you could just tell she was not going to get her hopes up until I actually proved that I wanted change.
Yeah. It was hard for her to have hope.
She had none.
Yeah.
Because she watched me so many times check myself into rehab and then get out and go right back to doing the same things that I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why I had to prove myself before she would let me see my son.
Yeah.
And she let me see him for Christmas.
And he did not know who you were at the time, right?
No, he didn't know it was his mom.
That must have been really hard for you.
It was, but my mom didn't want. It's not that she hid the fact from him that I was his mom. Mm-hmm. She just wanted him to figure it out on his own, I guess. And he did eventually.
Yeah. She just didn't want it to be a shock to him.
Yes.
Yeah. So what was it like when you figured it out?
It was kind of like a bittersweet moment because he asked me, we were sitting at my mom's, and this had probably been a couple of months after I had gotten out of awake, and we were sitting at my mom's, and he looked at me and said, "Are you my mom?" And I looked at my mom because I didn't know what my response should be, and my mom just, shook her head, yes at me. And he was like, it was just, in the sense, it was like, I'm glad he knows I'm his mom, but it was also very sad to me because he was just so excited, and he was like, I knew I had a mom.
Aww. Wow.
But, even before he, put two and two together that I was his mom, we had, I don't know what word I'm trying to use. We had, a bond that was, it was always there. Even though I had missed so much time and he hadn't seen me in so long, the bond was still there. It was like we didn't miss a beat almost.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you're out of awake, you graduated the program. Did your recovery feel like you were free immediately, or was it painful? Was it hard learning to live without being numb?
Well, when I first got out of awake, I was starting to slip back into old habits. And I very quickly got a reality check that's not I had worked so hard to get away from that lifestyle. And I would put myself in subtle situations that would take me back to the lifestyle I had been living.
Yeah.
And then I found that I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
With Kyler. And I realized very quickly that I didn't want to have my mom raise another child.
Yeah. Okay, friends, this is where we pick back up with our original recording. Once again, there's nothing wrong with your listening device. We're just getting back into where we left off. Just keep on listening and you will hear the rest of Morgan's story. So you decided you were going to do it right.
Yes. I was going to do it right this time, and, I was not in any place to get pregnant or have a baby because I lived in a house with two other women, and, me and Tyler, we were together, but, not together. I don't know how to explain it. It was weird. Yeah. It was a weird dynamic, but I made goals, I'm going to have my own place, I'm going to have a car, I'm going to have all these things before I have the baby. And I met all those.
Wow.
I did.
That's amazing.
We got the Kia. And then, by the grace of God, the other 2 girls moved out of the house, so it just became my apartment. But, like, you know, those were things, like, they were non-negotiables. Like, I had to have a car and I had to have my own place before I had this baby. And, you know, Tyler, he's a great guy. Like, it was never, like, as soon as I told him I was pregnant, he was like, okay, we're having a baby. Like, it was just, like, it was so healthy. Like, the whole situation was just healthy. And, you know, now we've been together for 3 years, and Kyler's 2. And I didn't know how bad I needed Kyler. Like, he definitely healed parts of me that I didn't know needed to be healed.
Yeah.
Like,
that makes a lot of sense.
But it also, like, having a baby after losing a baby sometimes is kind of traumatic too. Like,
sure.
You know, I was telling you that, like, sometimes I live in constant fear, like, after losing one child. I feel like I live in constant fear that I'm going to lose another one, and I don't know, he gets sick, and I'm like, he's got to go to the doctor right now. Ronnie knows, like, he's an upset belly, he's to the doctor, like, I'm so cautious now, like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been through hell and back, so it makes a lot of sense that you still have things that you're having to work through and let go of, and just to, I mean, you had to have had so much anxiety all your life, really. I mean,
I still have
how
anxiety.
could you not?
Still have anxiety.
Yeah.
I deal with it a lot better today, though. A lot better.
Yeah, because you're not turning to drugs today.
No.
When you have anxiety or when all these feelings come up.
No, my new thing is I'm going to bed.
That works.
Tyler's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. That's a great new coping mechanism.
That is my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
That, or I'll tell, if, like, Kyler, if he's, like, being really overwhelming, I'll just be like, I'm going to take a shower. To, like, so I can be by myself. But, you know, Tyler's a really good partner, and, like, if things are overwhelming for me, like, he does a really good job at recognizing it and being like, you know, I'll take Kyler for, you know, so you can get you together. Like, he's
awesome.
Such a great partner. He really is.
Yeah. And really,
I don't do anything alone with him.
He's known you all your life, right?
Yeah. We've been on and off since we were 14. He was my first real boyfriend.
Wow. That's amazing. What a love story.
My grandpa, my grandpa loved him. Like, I met Tyler because his dad moved across the yard from my grandpa.
Is that your maternal grandfather?
Yeah, my mom's dad.
Yeah.
So my grandfather, like, loved him. Like, when I was in active addiction, he would be like, Tyler, have you talked to Morgan? And, you know, Tyler would be like, yeah, I've talked to Morgan. She's alive. You know, like, he would give some hope to my papa that, like, you know, she's okay. She's still out there, but she's okay. And me and Tyler, we actually ended up naming our son Kyler after that grandpa.
Oh, wow.
So.
That's sweet. So, what are you most proud of in this season?
In this season? That I'm productive.
Yeah.
And I'm sober. And I'm present.
You're pregnant.
Present.
Oh, you're present.
Present.
Lord have mercy.
I'm present.
It's okay.
That I don't walk around with a whole bunch of guilt and shame.
Yeah. That's got to be a load off.
Yeah, it's a big load.
Yeah. What would surprise people most about the woman you are today? Like, if I did not know you, would I be surprised about where you came from? Do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
A lot of people at work, like, have a hard time. Like, they're like, you used to do drugs? I'm like, yeah. I did.
Yeah. I like the phrase that you don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully. I don't know, some of these tattoos. Hindsight's so 2020 because if I could go back, I would have like maybe two.
Yeah.
Two out of the 35 I have. My dad used to be like, I told you. My stepdad, he'll be like, I told you not to get all them dumb tattoos. I'm like, I know, you're right.
Oh, we all have regrets. I have one stupid tattoo that thankfully is on my shoulder where I can't see it. But I thought it was a unique bird at the time. I thought it was, really beautiful and cool. And it's the same stupid bird that everybody gets when you just pop in to get a tattoo without an appointment or whatever. Yeah. Everybody has this stupid bird.
I mean, it's better than a knife on the side of your face.
Well, we all have a story. Anyway, how would you describe your relationship with God now?
I mean, I don't feel like it's ever where it needs to be. Like, it could always be better, but it's, I believe, for a long time, like, even like in the beginning of learning that God's real, like, I thought for a long time that everything he put me through was to punish me. Like, I had done something in this world that I was being punished. But I learned today that, like, that's not the case. Like, I'm not being punished. I think that I definitely need to work on my relationship with God, but it's definitely a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
It's a lot better.
Sometimes I wonder if we put a lot of that on ourselves. Like, does he think we need to work on it as much as we think we do? Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not. What would you say to someone who feels abandoned by God after a loss?
I mean, I felt that, yes. But, like, today I know that, like, he's there. He's always there.
Yeah.
God doesn't abandon us, ever.
Right.
So, it does. It feels like that.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is God even real? Like, that was my biggest question.
Yeah.
After Waylon died, is if God's real, then, like, why does he take kids from us?
Do you still frame it that way? Like, is it something that he's taking, or has your perspective on that changed? It's okay if it hasn't.
I think, and my mom tells me all the time, like, don't question God. And I'm like, well, one day I'm going to see him and I'm going to ask him why. Like, why did you do that? But, I mean, I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. You don't have to. My brother and I he's going to interview me for my story soon, and we're going to tackle the problem of the question of good and evil existing in the world in connection with my own story. So maybe we'll inspire some new thoughts. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah. So anyway, what do you hope that people remember most about your story?
That let me think about that. I hope that people can remember that there's genuinely always hope. Like, when you feel like there's no more hope, there's hope.
Yeah. All right, Morgan. Thank you so much for sharing your story with such honesty and courage. Your willingness to talk about both the heartbreak and the healing is such a gift to people listening today. I think one of the most powerful parts of your story is that it holds two truths at once: the deep pain of losing your son and the reality that his life still carries meaning in your story today. Not because the loss was good, but because healing and redemption can still grow out of broken places. To anyone listening who feels trapped in grief, addiction, shame, or hopelessness, I hope this episode reminds you that your story is not over. Thank you again, Morgan, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for all listening to another episode of Good Mourning Mom, where mourning is still mothering and your love still matters.